investigations firm on the side, mostly discreet background checks. Martin was about 52 and had retired early from the police force after too many political games on the job. He was the type who knew how to unravel knots. I laid out what I knew. Martin said he would look into it. He did not promise results but hinted he had ways to verify who this Addison was and what was happening on that ship. I stayed with Lily that night, we watched an old cartoon, ate pasta, and I read her a bedtime story. My mind wandered to Cassandra's so-called cousin. Something in Cassandra's voice suggested Addison was not a new fling. I wondered how long I had been cast as the fool who funded the nice house, the after-school activities, and the elegant dinners, all while something else festered in secret corners. The next morning, while Lily slept, I sorted through Cassandra's files. She tended to store private notes on her laptop, an older model with a password known to me since she often asked me to fix minor tech issues. I discovered an email chain with no subject lines addressed to a certain Addison with a personal domain. The messages contained subtle references to meetups at hotels and short weekend trips I thought were business-related. Cassandra wrote things that crystallized what I suspected. Addison had been her lover for at least a year. I called Martin and told him what I found. He said he'd continue searching and might even pull the passenger list from the cruise line. He warned me it could take time. Over the following days, Lily asked again if Mommy would call. Cassandra did once, a rushed voice message where she sounded distracted. She mentioned the aunt's health crisis and said she would be home soon but gave no precise date. On the third day of Cassandra's absence, Martin contacted me again. He confirmed that Addison was no cousin. Addison worked as a risk analyst at a large consulting firm and was 42 years old. According to Martin's sources, she was in a relationship with Cassandra that included at least one shared vacation property in Vermont. My money must have funded that. Cassandra had maintained a bank account I never knew existed. She had funneled sums regularly from our joint savings into this secret account. When I learned this, I did not break down. Instead, I moved quietly. I shifted large amounts of my assets, set up new accounts that Cassandra could not touch, canceled every joint credit card, changed the locks on the side gate, and contacted my firm's lead partner to ensure that I could terminate spousal access to certain legal benefits. I was careful not to leave digital footprints that would alert Cassandra while she was away. Meanwhile, I arranged a meeting with my divorce attorney, a sharp-witted woman named Paige who was 37 and had a reputation for making life unpleasant for those on the wrong side of fidelity. Before Cassandra returned, I gathered copies of emails, bank statements, and photos Martin obtained from the cruise's docking port where Cassandra was caught on camera leaning into Addison's shoulder, wearing that emerald blouse and smiling. No distant relative stands that close with arms wrapped around each other at the railing laughing at the sunset. 4 days after her departure, Cassandra returned unexpectedly late at night. She did not expect me to be sitting in the living room with low lights while Lily slept upstairs. Cassandra stepped inside wheeling a fancy new suitcase I had never seen before. She paused as if surprised to find me awake. I asked how the family matter had turned out. She spun a vague tale about how her aunt was stable and how Addison had returned home, claiming she had been forced to stay longer than planned. I said nothing, just nodded. In the following week, I watched her closely. She tried to act normal but I sensed her searching for some clue that I might have discovered her secret. I had severed her access to our funds 2 days prior and by the third morning noticed her confusion when she tried to use a joint credit card for groceries and was declined. She confronted me demanding an explanation. I brushed it off claiming it was just a technical issue at the bank. Then I saw her attempt to withdraw money at an ATM, and fail. Her panic was almost visible as she began asking pointed questions while I stayed vague. I planned a confrontation